We couldn't travel much in 2020 due to COVID, so we planned a short domestic trip to Orlando for Christmas in 2021. We took an AA flight for about $200 per person, picked up a rental car, about $240 for 6 days, at Orlando Airport, and headed to our accommodation, the Ritz-Carlton Orlando, Grande Lakes, which was a 15-minute drive away. We stayed there for the first 3 nights, using our Marriott points. At the Ritz-Carlton Orlando, Grande Lakes, you can leave your car at the entrance upon arrival, and they will park it for you, bringing it back whenever you need it. While it can be a bit inconvenient to wait each time you enter and leave the hotel, the staff makes an effort to provide friendly and attentive service. The hotel is spacious, featuring a resort-style layout with a golf course and various amenities. The rooms are clean, and most importantly, the views are stunning. The weather in Orlando during December was perfect, and the view from our room was absolutely beautiful. It's also nice to relax on the balcony from time to time. The hotel's cafe and restaurants are also quite popular. There is also a well-equipped area for children and families. The paths to the spa and conference rooms are all connected within the buildings, allowing you to walk around the resort with ease. Outside the hotel, a well-maintained walking path provided a perfect spot for a leisurely walk, making it an ideal place to spend time with the family. We spent most of our time at the pool, swimming and relaxing in the sun. In particular, the Ritz-Carlton is connected to the JW Marriott Orlando, Grande Lakes, allowing Ritz-Carlton guests to use the JW Marriott's lazy river. We visited several times and had a wonderful time. We also visited Celebration Town Center, which is just 15 minutes away from the Ritz-Carlton. The reason we came here was because I and my husband visited 17 years ago when I was pregnant. Returning as a family of 3, it felt like a new experience. 17 years later, the 3 of us took a leisurely walk, chatting about the memory. Celebration Town Center has many shops and restaurants, making it a great place to visit if you want to spend some time leisurely enjoying a coffee. Even though it was December, the weather was really pleasant, adding to the charm of the visit. After spending 3 relaxing days at the Ritz-Carlton, we moved to Loews Royal Pacific Resort at Universal Orlando Resort to visit Universal Studios. Staying at this resort includes a Universal Express Unlimited Pass for all family members. When we stayed, the rate was $320 per night. Since the cost of a 2 parks per day ticket, allowing access to both Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure in one day, is about $140 per person, it's much more economical for a family to stay here. Additionally, guests can enter the parks 1 hour before the general public. The room was fairly standard, and since we didn't plan to use the resort's facilities, we mainly stayed there for its proximity to Universal Studios. It was a popular choice for families, so we had to wait quite a while to check in. I also remember that the snacks sold at the hotel were ridiculously expensive. A small yogurt that would normally cost $1 was priced at $4. We checked in at Loews Royal Pacific Resort and then drove 10 minutes to Café Tutu Tango for dinner. It's a casual tapas restaurant that's popular with locals and features a fusion-style menu. It can get quite busy during dinner time, so it's a good idea to go a bit early. We liked Café Tutu Tango's food, while not top-notch, was decent and served in small, shareable portions. Above all, the atmosphere was lively, and the staff were friendly and welcoming. It's a great place to enjoy good food and drinks while soaking in the vibrant ambience. The next early morning, we checked out and left our luggage in the car. We were able to walk to Universal Studios in about 10 minutes. Since our tickets allowed 1 hour early entry, we thought we'd have plenty of time to explore, but there were so many people with early access that we had to wait in a long line. As you entered the park, you can see the famous globe. We headed straight to the most famous attraction, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. There was already a huge line, and it took about an hour and a half to get on. We weren't sure how much fun the ride would be, but given the long wait and the large crowd, we figured it had to be worth it. After waiting for over an hour and a half, we finally got on the ride, which lasted about 3 minutes, and it was definitely an amazing experience. We didn't have time to explore everything, so we quickly headed to the popular must-see, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Even though we arrived an hour early, it was already packed with people. I thought the town itself was beautifully designed. However, since it was so popular, it was crowded, and there was a long line everywhere, including for the famous butterbeer. We decided to just look around and move on. Then we went to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. At the entrance to the ride, near Hogwarts Castle, there are free lockers available for guests to store their belongings while they enjoy the ride, so you can use it. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey was well made, but it didn't have quite the same impact on us, probably because the first ride, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, was such a huge hit. After lunch and a short rest, we were all so tired from waiting in line that we decided to skip everything else and take the Hogwarts Express to quickly head to Universal Islands of Adventure. The Hogwarts Express is quite famous, but the long wait in line dampened our excitement. Once we got on the train, it didn't feel very thrilling or novel. We rode it mainly because of its popularity, but the video shown during the ride wasn't particularly interesting or impressive. We took the Hogwarts Express and arrived at King's Cross Station. Once you exit, you can explore Universal Islands of Adventure. Since visiting the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is a must, be sure to find Leicester Square Station near King's Cross Station. The entrance to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter isn't even on the map, so it took us a while to find it. It's definitely helpful to research this beforehand. When you enter Leicester Square Station and walk around the secret red brick wall, a whole new world suddenly opens up to reveal Diagon Alley. This hidden entrance, to make it feel like you're really stepping into the Wizarding World. As you enter the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley and look around, you'll be greeted by the impressive sight of the Gringotts dragon. People take lots of pictures here. Every 10 to 15 minutes, the dragon breathes real fire, creating an incredible spectacle. Gringotts Bank is an iconic building and home to the thrilling Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts ride. However, the wait time was too long, so we decided to skip it and just leave Diagon Alley. After leaving Diagon Alley, we stopped by Men in Black. There weren't many people, so we were able to get through the ride quickly. We had a quick lunch at Krusty Burger, but it was really crowded. Since we didn't use mobile order, we had to wait longer. If you plan to visit, it's much faster to order through mobile order. After placing your order, you'll receive a notification when it's ready, and you can go straight to the mobile order pickup area. There was so much to see, but we were running low on energy, so we decided to take the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket one last time. Afterward, we took the Hogwarts Express back to Universal Studios. We skipped exploring Universal Studios itself and headed straight to the resort parking lot to move on to the next hotel. We visited both theme parks in one day and took a break on the last day with no plans. We stayed at the affordable and relatively quiet Holiday Inn Express and Suites Orlando, Lake Buena Vista. The hotel was newly built, clean, and comfortable. The view from the room was also quite nice. During our 6-day trip to Orlando, we ate out most of the time. I can't remember every meal now, but these are the ones that stand out. Most of the time, we dined at nearby restaurants. When we travel domestically in the US, we mostly prefer to eat Asian food. In Orlando, we mainly dined at Thai, Indian, and Korean restaurants. We also bought simple meals from Whole Foods. All of the restaurants were good except for Star Korean Barbecue. The customer service at Star Korean Barbecue was poor, and the food tasted artificial with too much seasoning, making it not very enjoyable. On the last day, we checked out early in the morning, drove 25 minutes to the airport, returned the rental car, and completed our 5-night, 6-day trip to Orlando, returning to Washington, D.C. in 2 hours. Harry Potter at Universal Studios probably wasn't that impressive for a 17-year-old. My son was already too mature to be completely absorbed in that world. He actually preferred roller coasters and extreme rides. He would have been much more impressed by the imaginative characters and scenery when he was in elementary school. From this experience, I realized that it's best to visit the Orlando theme parks before kids become teenagers. Seeing and experiencing the popular rides requires long waits, and the crowds can be overwhelming. This can easily tire out the whole family and lead to irritability and minor conflicts. To fully enjoy Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, which are busy year-round, I recommend taking a more relaxed approach and spreading out your visit over a few days instead of trying to do everything at once. Orlando is conveniently located on the East Coast, making flights affordable with plenty of hotel options. It's also a great place to escape the winter cold. However, despite its travel-friendly infrastructure, Orlando lacks a distinctive local flavor unique to Florida. Apart from the theme parks, there isn't much that sets it apart from other eastern cities. In particular, finding authentic local restaurants is challenging, which makes it hard to experience anything distinctly Floridian. Because of this, I wonder if frequent travelers would feel compelled to return.